had that conversation, you hashed it out. So back in that time, was there any point during that run where you felt a way about it? You know what I'm saying? If my fault. If yes, you know, what made you feel a way about it? Yes. And if not, why do you think that narrative came about?
So you got to understand the way that it happened, the way that it transpired. I got hurt, and then he comes into play, right? We on the back or some shit like that, right? So now shit is happening so fast. Nobody knows what's next. Dan Antonio don't know what to do next. He don't know who to go to next. Melo, who you want to go? You ain't got no choice. He done, I'm done. You ain't got no choice. Go do that. So now when you deal with that part of it, but now I got to get healthy. No, I don't know what's about to happen. He probably believed what was about to happen and internally, right?
Not to that level. I didn't.
Okay,
I felt like, hey, I can play. I can help. I knew that, but I didn't know.
Nobody thought that, believed that. If any fan or anybody tell you that, they're lying to you. Mm-hmm. But what we had to do was figure it out. I had to figure my shit. I was injured. I was hurt. I had to think about how fast I'm gonna come back, what I'm gonna do, how the fuck I'm gonna go help this team, how I gotta lead this team. I'm in a different position than he is.
Yeah.
So I gotta deal with a whole bunch of shit. Forget being jealous of what he's doing. I want him to, no, keep going. Mm-hmm. Game winner in DC. Yo, keep going. Toronto, keep going. Now we get to the story of the Kobe situation. Okay. Right? The run is happening with him. They about to play Kobe. We're about to play the Lakers. Kobe is, I'm laughing and joking with him about, yo, you coming in this guy, you gonna get your ass bust. You gonna listen, you. He like, about who the fuck is Jeremy Lin? Like, who the fuck is Jay Lin? He said that in the media.
Yeah.
So when he said that, it stemmed from the conversation we had just had the night before.
Okay.
And he was tired of me talking about him to him. So they asked him, he said, I don't know who the fuck is Jeremy Lin? Right? That was the narrative. So I say he brought that up, and I say that to say it was always because nobody knew, but I was a part of it. Nah, this shit is old. You better watch out. It goes from joking about it, like, yo, that nigga coming to bust your ass, to like really standing on it and like, oh shit, this could be something.
Yeah.
So now when you realize this could be something, now the pressure's on me to get back right or continue getting right. I got to get on the court to help this motherfucker, because if this is what we're doing, then I gotta do what I have to do in order to make this right. So that's where a lot of the probably disconnect come from, or the narrative came from, because at that point in time, I'm doing therapy, I'm doing rehab, I'm not around them like that.
And looking back, it's like, actually, what it is, the same point that I've been saying is, we could have coexisted if we had the time and the intentionality to figure it out. And that's where we were trying to get to. But the reality was, even on the player side, things were kind of split, right? Like, it was like some players are very suitable to complement Melo and what you're great at. Some players, some of the younger role players, we had a thing going and we had it figured out. And so now everybody's kind of like unsure. And to me, and I had said this to him, I was like, you got to think from my perspective, everything kind of came and went so fast. And now I'm not on the Knicks anymore. And after that, I hear publicly a coach saying something, and three teammates saying stuff publicly about like, oh, Linsanity didn't vibe with everybody in the locker room, and Linsanity this, and there was jealousy, or it just couldn't work. We couldn't figure it out with that group. And so I'm like, you gotta think, Melo, like, I'm hearing this and I'm trying to piece together the story. And then the ridiculous contract part, which we talked out, which I'm glad we talked out, but I'm like, okay, so now he's back in my contract, and I'm like, bro. So the quote was, Melo said that my contract was ridiculous because I had signed 3 years, $25 million with the Rockets that the Knicks had an opportunity to match, and the structure of the contract, which Melo, you could speak on that on yourself, for yourself, what you had shared to me over the phone. But I'm piecing together all these stories, and so I'm like, why would my teammates come out and say like it wasn't cool with everybody in the locker room.
Right.
And I honestly think, like, looking back, I think it's just so confusing, right? Like, it's so confusing, but at the same time, I'm also like, I don't know if anybody really knew what the other person was totally thinking.
Right.
And the reason is because when I came onto the scene, Stat and Melo were hurt. Then Stat comes back. And then a little bit later, Melo comes back. And then I get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like there's the continuity isn't there. And so the conversations are also not there. And the reps and the experience of winning games, losing games, and figuring it out wasn't there too. And so now, like, now I'm just like, I don't really know what to think. And I was like, the easiest way is to just talk it out together.
Yeah.
And so we were able to do that.
So ridiculous came from.
Okay.
So, and I've never said this publicly.
All right.
Yeah.
Like, this was internally, right? But like to somebody who's about to make the decision, right? So, and I explained this to him.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous means, yes, Houston offered him a $25 million contract that New York could actually match.
Right.
Right? That he deserved the match. Yes. That never was that wasn't ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
What was ridiculous was the jump at that point in time from 4, 15 or 16 or something like that. So when you sitting across from the person about to write the check and they like, if I do this, this is what this means, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that's ridiculous. Why would you take that jump like that?
Oh, wow.
Right?
Right.
Now shit internally leaks. All of a sudden, Melo says Jeremy Lin contract is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, what's ridiculous is if you go back and do the math and the numbers at that point in time, what it would have did for the New York salary cap. And maybe as a player, I shouldn't have been worried about that.
Right.
Right? Maybe I should have just been worried about playing basketball and just going out there and continue to get better and try to win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But when you can't
wanna-
pick and choose you can't pick and choose when you're in that seat. You cannot pick and choose when you're in that seat. You can't pick and choose when you just I just want to play basketball and nah.
Yeah.
'Cause you are the business.
Yeah.
So I gotta know what the fuck going on too.
Yeah.
And if you respect me enough to sit me down and say, hey, what do you think about this right here? Nah. Because if I sat down with you, that means you want to hear my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I say. No, if you could cut that down, could you stretch that?
Right.
Would you stretch that?
To help the team overall.
To help him stay?
Yeah.
Would you stretch the 15 at the jump? Would you stretch that? Could you stretch that
Okay.
over the 2 years?
And I think the concept of money, this is why the business of basketball is so complicated. It's like, from different vantage points, what does this contract or this money mean? From my vantage point, I'm like, okay, hold on. I'm seeing stats. Like, I drove in $100 million in revenue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got paid $400,000 and then I got dropped and I never got an offer in free agency. But it's like my exit from the New York Knicks crushed me.
Yeah.
Like, I was messed up because not just because I wasn't going back to New York, but because of how it happened.
Mm-hmm.
But from my side, I'm thinking like, yo, there's
This
no
motherfucker
other
got
player
me
in the
outta
NBA that made that much money. So I'm thinking from the money side, I'm like, dang, like I'm not somebody who chases the money. I've never been somebody who just chases the money, but money is also a sign of respect. But at the end of the day, money is also a real thing when it comes to your position on the team.
Of course.
Like, when it comes to how big your contract is, how quickly you're able to be moved,
You
and
better
all
be
of
putting them
that,
shots up.
as well as for me, I'm like, I'm not.